Hi everybody, welcome back to You Tips for You. Well, today is my husband's 8-month anniversary since he had his rotator cuff surgery on June 17th of 2015. And I wanted to get back to you guys with a follow-up video on how he's doing since the surgery. Now, I did a follow-up video 4 months post-surgery. If you're interested in watching that and you haven't yet, I'll post the link in the description box, or you can click on it here if you haven't seen it yet. And if you're interested in watching my video on the shoulder surgery experience and how he fell and what led to his decision to have the surgery, as well as the whole surgery and recovery, then please watch that video as well. And I'll post that video in the description box as well. But I wanted to get back to you guys because it's been 4 months since I was on with the follow-up video in October to let you know how he's doing now. He had his last visit with the doctor in December, and the doctor was very pleased with my husband's surgery as well as how he was recovering with physical therapy, and he basically told him he didn't need to come in again, that he needed to continue working to regain his strength, continue his stretching, because he still does have stiffness, and I'll get to that in a second, and to take it slow. And he also said not to do any strength training that takes him in this position. So bringing your arms from your sides and up with weights. He says it puts a lot of strain on the rotator cuff, and you don't want to injure that area going forward and end up back in surgery. So he said, just as a precaution going forward in life, not to do anything where you're lifting your arm out. He said, there's many other exercises that you can do to strengthen your shoulders, that you don't have to do that. So, where is he? Well, in my last video, the 4-month video post-surgery, my husband was at 165 degrees. Now, when they initially measured his range of motion, he had started at 85 degrees, and full range of motion is 180 degrees. Since then, and this is in the last 4 months, he has progressed to about 175 degrees. So he has gained another 10 degrees. He's about 95% there. So, he's almost at that 100% range of motion, but he has just that last 5%. It's just going to be a while, I think, to get it. It's pretty much baby steps when you go from about 150 degrees on up, because you get to a point where you make really rapid progress and then it kind of slows down, and you've got to just take it one day at a time, slowly, step by step, to regain your strength and mobility. So that's where he is now. He's about 175 degrees. He's got that last 5 degrees and that last 5% before he is good to go. Now, he does not have any pain. He is pain-free. He has been pain-free since 2 months post-surgery. I think he had pain for just about 2 months, and after that, no pain. He experienced stiffness, and he still experiences some stiffness, and you're going to see in a moment, because he's going to be on and he's going to show you what he can do, and then I'll point out where he gets stiff. You can kind of see it. He gets all the way up, and then that last little bit, he can do it. It doesn't hurt, but there is that stiffness still. He also has some stiffness in the bicep tendon because they moved the bicep tendon lower. He's not really able to do as much with the bicep. He's working on that. So the doctor recommended that he do light weights and high repetitions, 15 plus. So 15 repetitions or more with light weights, and not to put an undue stress with weights on that shoulder. It's going to be a slow process that he builds on, and he talks to some of the trainers at the Y where he goes to work out, and that's where he does a lot of his shoulder work. He does it maybe about 2 or 3 times a week on his own. He does not go to physical therapy anymore. He did about 5 months of physical therapy, but our insurance for the year ended, so it would have been a total out-of-pocket cost going forward in 2016 So, he just took it on his own and he can do it on his own. But he said, it's always nice to go there and spend the hour with the professional who works it for you, works with you. And if he could have opted for that, he would have, but he didn't want to come out of pocket that much money to do it. So, he thought he'll do it on his own. So all in all, he's very happy that he had the surgery. He's very happy with his progress. He's learned to listen to his body, so he doesn't want to push himself beyond the threshold of what he can tolerate, and he builds on that. Like I said, baby steps, because he doesn't want to re-injure it. He's learned to really listen to his body like that. And I also want to point out, I did a video on bone broth and how to make it. And I've been making that for him regularly since he had his surgery because it helps repair cartilage and build bone. So I want to recommend it to you guys. Take a look at that video. It's actually something wonderful for you to have after the surgery as well when you can't tolerate food. And it's, it's full of protein. It's got lots of vitamins and minerals, and it's got gelatin in it, which will help rebuild cartilage and tendons and bone. And it's really great. It's so simple to make too. I walk you through the recipe. So without any further wait, let's take a look and see how my husband's movements are going, so you can see for yourself how he's doing. It'll give you a nice idea about what you can expect 8 months post-surgery. You're curious how people heal. This is going to give you a really good look. And then I'm going to do another video at the year mark. On June 17th is his 1-year anniversary of the surgery. So please do subscribe if you haven't, because then you'll be notified when I upload that video and you'll get to see what he's like at the 1-year mark, and fingers crossed he'll be 100%. Okay, so here he is. Well, as you can see, he can raise his arm straight up, and as he gets to the very top, he's got that tightness, so that last 5%. He lifts it out to the side, same thing. You can see he flinches at that last 5% level way up high. Now when he reaches up here, he can go straight up over his head, but if you see that right arm, the one with the rotator cuff surgery, it's not quite as straight. But he gets all the way up there, and he's got really good range of motion now. See that? He touches, but the other arm is just a little stiff, and it doesn't quite meet in the middle. It's sort of off a little bit if you notice. He also has lack of mobility when he tries to touch the back of his neck. You can see more clearly now when he turns around and shows you from the back. See, he touches his neck with his left arm, then with his right arm, he just can't quite get there. So more stretching needed to work that mobility. If he wants to touch his shoulders, same thing. He can touch the left shoulder, no problem, but the right shoulder, that arm just does not touch the shoulder. And it's just showing you how it just goes to one point and it just can't get there. And he has to press it down. So he's got to work on stretching as much as possible so that he can get that range of motion back as far as being able to touch the shoulder again. And here he shows you from the back the same movement so you can see more clearly. His main problem is his stiffness, and he's still unable to reach the center of his back with the repaired arm. He has to pull it up to get there. Well, I hope you found this video helpful and informative in your journey with shoulder surgery, because that was my motivation, to help others. Because surgery can be a very scary and apprehensive thing to have to go through, but I feel like when you're informed and you know what to expect, it takes a lot of the anxiety away. And I hope you'll subscribe, because I have a lot more to come, something of interest to everyone. And please visit me at my blog, and I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, so we can stay connected there as well. Okay, so thanks so much for viewing. Good luck to you all if you're considering surgery. Sending blessings for a speedy recovery. Bye-bye now. Okay, everyone. Well, it's been several hours, 8 to be exact, and my bone broth is done.